Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to another episode of The Cider Drinker. And we are returning to Lyme Bay Winery, or LBW as they kind of call themselves now. It's actually not been too long since I've done a review of theirs. I recently reviewed their Cider, which, if you are unaware, is a combination of cider and mead. Mead being one of the oldest alcoholic beverages in existence. So if you want to know what I thought of that, I'll be popping cards up to their other reviews on the top, as I normally do. But today, we've got a heavy hitter. As a part of their Ratt range, many years ago, I did their Scrumpy, which came in like a nice 2-litre flagon, get it in nice department stores and everything. But today, I am trying out their sparkling vintage dry cider. And, well, it's definitely going to be a vintage, considering the strength. Comes in 500ml bottles. I'll find out any other range in the description below. And this one does pull no punches. 7.4% ABV this one comes at. So, yeah, well, if it's going to be a vintage, hopefully I'll be feeling it. Made from freshly pressed West Country cider apples. Now, I've recently just done the Cider Foundation course down in London, where Gabe Cook, the ciderologist, hosts these events. So the Foundation course basically builds on like exactly what cider is, tells you how to like smell it and taste it and all things. I really did learn quite a lot actually, and it bolstered my knowledge of things that I did already know anyway. So yeah, very worth checking out if you are big on cider and cider production and just, well, apples and stuff in general. Definitely worth trying out. But yeah, I did learn that like West Country cider apples, I mean, I kind of knew this anyway, but they're going to have like more of a dry tannic influence behind them rather than the eastern counties, which are going to be like more acidic and stuff. So as with it being a vintage as well, and from the West Country, I'm expecting, even before I try this, for it to be bold, tannic, dry, all those things, but we shall see. So nothing on that side. Our Ratt ciders are named after notorious local smuggler Jack Rattenbury. I swear I've not had any yet. The secret passageways and hidden caves that can still be found along the Lyme Bay coastline proved the perfect landscape for Jack's roguish exploits. Our aim is to capture the daring and intrepid spirit of this famous smuggler in the bold flavours of our ciders, crafted using West Country apples from Jack Rattenbury's old stomping ground. And there we go. Yeah, not a lot else on here, so yeah, let's waste no more time. Let's get the bottle open and just see what I make of this. I do like a vintage, I must say. Ooh, that's a lively one, isn't it? Crikey, okay. Cap collectors out there. That's quite a nice little cap, isn't it? So we shall see. Ooh, that's a very lively number. Has it been bottle conditioned, I wonder? Right, I think I need to put... Whoa, that's... Now then, this is not normally a good sign. Very heavy carbonation. Is this off? We shall see. Let's get it poured in. I'm going to carefully pour it. Because, yeah. Well, actually, it's not too bad now. I'm wondering if it was the bottle. We shall see. Right. Carefully pour that in. I mean, some people, they don't mind sediment, and all that. I don't mind it. Get it all in. Experience the flavours and whatnot, Some people go, no, you mustn't have sediment in your cider, and then, I'm just like, don't really care, to be fair. Right, now, I'm gonna see if this works. So, come in for the colour, and let's just pop that behind it, and just see if that works out. That's really making no difference at all, is it? Not really, so yeah, away with you. Well, yeah, it is hazy, totally opaque, so no filtering done here. Yeah, that is amber, deep amber. Yeah, that is a dark coloured cider. Look at that. Almost, it's borderline tawny, I want to say. Nice, yeah, copper coloured. Very nice, but yeah, sediment at the bottom of the glass there. Thankfully, the carbonation has dissipated quite a bit. I was worried it had gone, like somebody reacted in it, but thankfully not. See what it smells like. Yeah, that's a little bit funky. Smells dry. Getting a little fruitiness underneath there. There's no acidity, no sweetness at all. It's all about those phenolic qualities. Phenolics is another word, sort of coincides, it's sort of like the cousin of tannins, but you can smell it. There you go, fact of the day. But yeah, that's funky, slightly fruity. Yeah, smells nice. I'm even getting a bit of I want to say like a dark fruit of some sort, like a blackcurrant or a blackberry, something like that. We shall see. Let's dive in, shall we? Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a vintage. Looking forward to it. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah, there's those tannins. Not much of an aftertaste yet. There's a subtle sweetness underneath everything, but it is mostly dry, earthy, oaky. Not too much on the oak. Sometimes vintages really do go big on the old oak characteristics. Not in this one. It's quite subtle. It's more earthy, I want to say. It's got quite a light body behind it, which I wasn't expecting with it being unfiltered and stuff. But yeah, fairly light body behind it. There's also a subtle fruitiness there as well. Not exactly sure what sort of fruit I'm picking up, but it's definitely some sort of dark fruit in there. But you're also getting those nice funky characteristics as well. Not unpleasantly so, but just like a little bit of I don't want to say barnyard, but just like, you know, like a wet hay sort of taste. Again, subtly so, not overpowering. You wouldn't think this was 7.4%, that's for sure. This is dangerously easy to drink for a vintage, for sure. It's a little bit tangy, actually. Initially, a little bit tangy, just on the edges of your taste buds. Yeah, definitely a subtle tanginess there. But yeah, not much in the way of an aftertaste. There is very, very subtle earthy, oaky undertones just on the back end, but they're just there. They are lingering, but no real other characteristics going on in the finish. But it's not one of those ones where you drink it, like you take a sip and the flavours just instantly go. They are there a little bit, but in a way this is quite a subdued vintage. There's no real overpowering flavours, but what there are, they are melding together very, very well. So, final taste before a final verdict. Yeah, overall, quite a pleasant, easy drinking 7.4%er vintage. Yeah, it's not bad. I have had better vintages, but that's not to say that this isn't a bad vintage. It most definitely isn't a bad vintage. It's very pleasant. It's just lacking a little bit for me. There's no, as I say, there's not much in the way of an aftertaste. Quite a light body behind it. But in a way, that does make it quite a good introductory vintage for those that haven't ever tried one before. I mean, you know, people have probably tried Weston's vintage and probably thought, no, this is not for me, it's way too strong. Give this one a go. It might change your opinion on vintages. So yeah, I would definitely still recommend you have a little look for this one. I mean, I've seen it in like when Debenhams was a thing. It's not anymore, unfortunately. Not around my area anyway. It might be around you, in which case if they do, they normally do the Jack Rat range, and I'm sure you can get them around other areas as well. But yeah, definitely worth a punt, that's for sure. So, for a final verdict, I'm giving Lyme Bay Winery's Jack Rat Medium Dry Vintage a 7 out of 10. Yeah, just quite a pleasant drinking cider. That's pretty much it. Especially for a vintage at 7.4, I'm going to have to be careful with this one. So, there we go. That's another episode of the Cider Drink for you guys. I hope you liked it. And as usual, I'll be back with another delicious and tasty cider soon. Until then, cheers everyone. I'll be enjoying the rest of this vintage for the rest of the night. Take care, guys. Till next time.